can't pay your rent because all your money's spent, well, that's okay, because you'll still fly. Eachine, or at least I think that's how that's pronounced, sent over the E52TX, an adorable little 85-gram pocket drone. It's so small, while writing my review, I tried to use it as a mouse on more than one occasion. It's an affordable quadcopter made mostly of an ABS plastic with a metallic red-looking finish that folds up real cute-like and does in fact fit in your pocket, depending on the size of your pants. Out of the box, you get 4 spare propellers, a propeller pulling tool, USB charging cable, a manual, a 600 mAh battery, the controller with optional phone mount, and the drone itself. The battery charges to full in about an hour and allows for roughly 5 to 7 minutes of flight time if you're recording on the 480p camera, and almost 8 to 10 minutes if you're just in it for the ride. Your low battery warning comes visually in the form of a blinking light on the drone's body, but there are no audio cues. In any event, I definitely recommend acquiring another juice box. Maximum control distance is about 60 meters with the controller and probably quite a bit less than that if you choose to fly through the JY-UFO app alone. Within the app, you can record video or take pictures, which are sent via Wi-Fi directly to your phone. There is no memory on the drone itself. While you can fly solely with the app, I recommend using the controller for better accuracy. Speaking of that controller, it has a lot of buttons. The left bumper is for toggling between 2 speeds, and the right bumper is for doing those sweet drone flips. Holding either of them triggers an emergency shutoff function that stops the propellers from spinning in the event that you're as bad a pilot as I am. The left stick controls vertical height and direction, while the right stick is for lateral movement. The buttons near the left stick, from top to bottom, are a headless mode toggle, 1 key return, photo and video activation. The 4 buttons on the right are for trimming in the event that your drone misbehaves when you're not micromanaging it. Though, I did find that I hardly needed to use these, since my drone came fairly well calibrated out of the box. The 2 buttons in the center are for 1 button liftoff and 1 button landing. To set up for flight, remove the battery by pressing in the 2 clips to unlock it, then yank that sucker out. Go ahead and download the JY-UFO app while you're charging the battery if you intend on using the camera or flying via the phone. Install 4 AA batteries into the controller and attach the phone arm if you're into that kind of thing. Install the drone's battery, turn on the drone, place it on a flat surface, turn on the controller, and connect to the app if that's how you want to go at it. In your phone, go to the Wi-Fi settings, connect to the drone, then open up the JY-UFO app so you can freak out some conspiracists. Point both joysticks down and away from the center to pair. Moving both joysticks to the bottom right should calibrate the motors if you feel the little guy pushes too far in any given direction. But enough of me droning on. Let's drone on. Just as a general disclaimer, I'm still fairly new to flying. You know how people say you couldn't hit the broadside of a house? Well, yeah. However, flight was unexpectedly smooth and simple, and altitude holding worked great, so this is definitely a good place to start if you're looking for an inexpensive practice drone. The drone has a tendency to lean one way or another, and trimming could only get it to behave so much, but it's a pretty subtle movement, so it's easy to correct for manually. 1 button takeoff and landing work just as you'd expect, but working the throttle normally is easy enough and recommended for getting a feel for flying before you go doing anything crazy. Speaking of anything crazy, the 360-degree flips wouldn't always function for me. This seems to work when you've still got a lot of battery left, but once you start running a bit low, you may have trouble getting this to come full circle. Flying the drone was really easy and overall a good experience, but that doesn't mean all skies are figuratively clear. As a fairly minor complaint, the drone's red metallic looking finish picks up oils pretty easily, but it's also fairly easy to clean. As for some less minor complaints, due to the drone's lightweight and fairly hollow body, on a particularly breezy day, this thing will be gone with the wind. The return to home button was a bit of a turbulent experience for me, since using it nearly decapitated me on more than one occasion. And although I regard this as a good beginner drone for being easy to fly, I will note that you still need to be careful. There are no propeller guards, and you should get into the habit of making sure the blades are on securely before each flight and after each crash. You're provided with 4 spare propellers out of the box, and I've already lost 2 of them. Battery life is pretty unimpressive if you're recording video, but better at nearly 10 minutes of flight without. In either case, you may want to pick up a spare battery. Grab some propellers while you're at it. As for the controller, there are a lot of buttons. Some labels would have been pretty nice. And the last thing to note is the camera. It's only a 0.3 megapixel little thing, and since all the data is transferred to your phone through Wi-Fi, your recordings can end up looking like a bad case of buffering, so I wouldn't expect any cinema-grade footage out of it. Its angle can be adjusted vertically, but only manually. It cannot be done through the app. That being said, the drone itself only costs about $50 on Amazon and even cheaper on Banggood, so the camera compromise kinda makes sense. If you want an inexpensive little piece to fly around and get a feel for the air, There are other options available that I haven't gotten to try myself, but I can tell you that the Eachine E52 TX drone for strictly flying is a delightful experience. And so that's all I have to say about that. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe, share, leave me questions if you've got them. Thanks for watching. My name is Steven, and I am ALittleDIMM. Bye-bye. I'm not sure if I set the focus on the camera. Did I hit record? That's recording. I hope the other thing's recording. In any event, I definitely recommend acquiring another juice box. Juice box. That's not that funny. I don't know why I thought that was funny. Within the app, you can record video or take pictures with, yeah. I recommend using the controller for better accuracy. Better accuracy. Yes. If you intend on using the camera or go ahead and download the JYUFO app if you intend on using the camera or flying via phone while you charge the battery. Why would you fly while you're download it while you charge the battery. Okay, I'm dumb. The 360-degree flips wouldn't always function for me. Damn it. You're provided. Damn it.